Jason. Right now, Denver 7's Micah Smith is live along 285 near Morrison, where the snow stopped falling and then it kind of started again, but the roads in that direction had quite the backup last night.
Yeah, and Micah, state troopers are reminding people of our traction laws to prevent these spinouts.
They are. I first just want to say, though, the snow has officially stopped here in Morrison, so that's making me smile a little bit. But I will say now that chill in the air is a little more noticeable. Let's get back to those traction laws. Right now, chain and traction laws are in effect along I-70, and what that means is you need to have snow tires, all-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, or chains on your tires to travel along that road. CSP says they're prepared to give out dozens of tickets for violators, and that ticket can cost you about $130. If you violate the law and your car actually gets stuck, you block traffic, CSP says they can give you a ticket of up to $650. So it's best to go ahead and just follow the law. Overall, C470, 285 looking really good this morning. They're wet, but traffic is moving along nicely. I will say use extra caution on bridges, exit ramps, and overpasses, though, because we are starting to see those areas freeze the most. Things are looking good here in Morrison. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Micah. If you are driving I-70 in the mountains this winter, CDOT wants you to know you will see some changes between Floyd Hill and the Empire exit. Because of construction work on westbound I-70, CDOT is warning that there are now concrete barriers along the shoulders. You can see in this video it makes the lanes much narrower in places. The speed limit has also been reduced there. This video was on a sunny day, so you can imagine that narrow lanes and not having a shoulder is going to make winter driving even a bigger mess, a little tricky. The construction work is being done to add a toll lane on the west side of the highway like the one in the eastbound lanes.
There are new rules in place for passing plows in Colorado that you should be aware of. When plows are in the tandem formation, meaning two or more plows working alongside each other or diagonally, it's illegal to pass them. CDOT says you should also stay back 3 to 4 car lengths because plows are often dropping de-icer or other materials behind them.
Denver 7's Eric Lufer is down south of the metro this morning. He's been seeing the snow and slush build up around Castle Rock.
Is that Eric? You're driving now in Elizabeth, so a little more south. How are the conditions out there?
Yeah, so we've been on Highway 86, left Castle Rock earlier this morning, went into Elizabeth, then turned around, and now we're heading back into town here on Highway 86. Roads are just fine. They're going to dry out very soon. Give it maybe an hour or so. This is the kind of storm I like because it's beautiful. The heavy snow on all the trees, a lot of accumulation off of the road, but you can still get to where you need to be in a fairly good pace because the roads really are not bad at all, not even dealing with splashback here on Highway 86. And this is one of the areas that was expected to see more snow, and we did see a good amount. I live in Castle Rock, 4 to 6 inches in this neck of the woods, but again, the roads are going to be just fine for you, and it's only going to get better as this system moves out. So, hey, the roads handled this latest storm, but we're sure to get some worse storms here as we get deeper into the winter. So bring on the sunshine as it comes through later today. Back to you.
Yeah, you won't be in those short sleeves for forever, Eric.
And how about this new video this morning reminding us why you want to take it extra slow on the roads today and on snowy and icy days. You see the bed sliding on the semi-truck up ahead, nearly jackknifing. He was able to save that spin. Brandy captured this video near Silverthorne. AAA says today is one of those days you want to leave a little extra cushion between you and the car in front of you.
Well, you normally want a following distance of 4 to 6 seconds behind the car in front of you. I would say you want 8 to 10. If you're new to winter driving, I would say 12 to 15.
So AAA says four-wheel drive is great to help you get going in this snow and ice, but when it comes to stopping, four-wheel drive does not mean four-wheel stop, so you still need that extra room to stop on the snow and ice, no matter what kind of vehicle you're driving.
We are continuing to follow a bombshell report on Colorado's Catholic Church. A report released yesterday by the Attorney General's office found 166 children were sexually abused by 43 Catholic priests in Colorado from 1950 to 2019. 2015, 70 years. 97 of those children were abused after the church had reason to believe that some priests were predators. The latest allegation came in 1998. The church sees that as a sign of progress, though. The lead investigator wrote that the church's records are so deeply flawed and scattered, it's impossible to say whether abuse has happened since. And we did speak to Attorney General Phil Weiser about that.
We have seen at times what he calls a culture of reluctance. People don't want to hurt the careers of Catholic priests and thus have been reluctant to come forward.
One of the survivors who did come forward did so in just the last few weeks. He says he suffered in shame for decades. He's stepping out of the shadows and speaking exclusively to Contact 7 investigator David Clue. You can go to thedenverchannel.com to see that interview.
The Nuggets are back in action as of last night. They were up against some history as they started their season against the Trailblazers.
Portland started the night with an 18-game winning streak in home openers, the longest in league history, but that didn't stop the Nuggets as they poured in 18 three-pointers. Nikola Jokic had 20 points alone, despite sitting out most of the first half due to some foul trouble. The Nuggets take the win 108-100.
Won 18 straight openers here, so to come in here, division rival, and win on the road to start the year off, couldn't ask for a better start for us.
Pretty nice. Next up for the Nuggets, they are hosting the Phoenix Suns in the home opener tomorrow. Tip-off is 7 p.m. at the Pepsi Center.